Friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu, and today we will discuss very important current affair of 19th of December 2020. You can see here the two best images of the day, but today we will discuss 7 to 8 very important and the most important current affairs of particular 19th of December. So watch the video till the end. But before going, we have to discuss about Affairs Cloud subscription, that you can buy our Affairs Cloud current affairs PDF with two methods. You can visit our website, that is affairscloud.com/current affairs, or you can directly go to the description box of this video. Under the description box, we put a link, and by clicking on that link, you can directly reach the subscription area. What you will get in the subscription? You will get the daily current affairs. It means in the daily wise PDF, you will get the two PDFs. One is related to the theoretical current affair. Second is the theoretical current affairs in the form of question and answer you will get for particular day. Next is the weekly PDF, all the current affairs arranged according to the week so that you can revise the current affair on the weekly basis also. Next is the weekly test, very important for the students because you can evaluate yourself that how much current affair you can retain for the long time period. Next is guys monthly PDF, and it is the most important section because in the monthly PDF we are providing you 5 PDFs. First PDF is related to the theoretical current affairs of particular month. Next is the question and answer PDF, and all the theoretical current affairs will be provided to you in the form of question and answer so that you can revise and retain the current affair for long time period. Next PDF is related to the pocket PDF. As the name suggests, it is very important for those students who want to revise the current affair very quickly before exam. Next is banking, finance and the economy PDF. It is very important for those aspirants who are preparing for the banking exam, and it is very useful for the banking exam and as well as the insurance exams. Next is the current affairs question and answer PDF top 100. It means top 100 current affairs will be provided to you in the form of question and answers. Again, these are the top 100 and you can revise these current affairs very quickly in the form of question and answer. And guys, these all things comes at very minimal cost. Very minimal cost, and on that minimal cost we are providing you 10% extra discount. How you will get 10% extra discount? If you use this #10 code, then you will get the 10% extra discount on that minimal cost. And these current affairs are available in Hindi as well as in English. So let's start today's current affair of 19th of December. And guys, watch video till the last because in the last we are discussing the question of the day and the answer of the previous day question. And here is our first section, that is the most important question section, and in the most important question, here is our first question. Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports jointly announced the formal recognition of Dash as a competitive sport in India. It means Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Youth Affairs basically announced one event, or you can say one sport as a competitive sport in India. And answer of this question is Yog Asan. Remember, the answer of this question is Yog Asan. Remember, this is the most important question because recently break dancing or breaking becomes an official Olympic sport and it will debut at 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So you have to remember this also because we already covered this question. But you have to remember Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports jointly announced the formal recognition of the Yog Asan as a competitive sport in India. Earlier, Modi ji basically focused on the Yogasan and announced it as the International Yoga Day. So now we are basically recognizing it as a sport. So it is the Ministry of Sports. You can see here the Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Minister of State, Youth Affairs and the Sports, and Shripa Yeso Naik, Honorable Minister of State, Ayush. You can remember this also. And you can also see here the ministries also plan to conduct National Individual Yogasan Sports Championship in the February 2021. They are planning now, and they are basically also planning to merge with the Khelo India Youth Games, but it is not finalized. So that's why we are not saying that it will be with the Khelo India Youth Games, but it will be happen in February 2021. It is just on the discussion platform. Formal recognition of the sport will create national visibility and awareness of its efficacy in fitness and the general wellness. Because recently Kiran Rijiju launched the fitness week also, and Modi ji also focusing on the Fit India. Modi ji also uploading the Yogasan's video. Yogasan will be included in the Khelo India and other university games, making its way for the national games. And what is our future vision? Our future vision is to include in the Olympics, because recently breaking or the break dance is included in the Paris Olympics. So that's why now our future vision is to include the Yogasan in the Olympics. So this is our future vision about the Yogasan. So you all know about the Ministry of Ayush. I already covered this point, that the Ministry of Sports comes under the Kiran Rijiju ji, and the Ministry of Ayush comes under the Yeso Naik. And all you know about the Ministry of Ayush. Ayush means Ayurveda, Yoga and Neuropathy, Unani, Siddha and the Homeopathy. Remember, this ministry basically created by Modi ji in 2014. Remember. So we are moving to our next question. Who won Golden Peacock Environment Management Award 2020? Mark under the most important question. And guys, answer is very simple. That is Bharat Heavyweight Electrical Limited. You have to remember this, Bharat Heavyweight Electrical Limited. But you have to remember this, this is not the only organization who won this Golden Peacock Environment Management Award. This award won by the 14 organizations. 14 organizations received this award. But the most important, there are so many categories. Like steel, power equipment, power, pharmaceutical, packaging, oil production. You can remember 2 or 3. One is the BAIL. You can remember Bharat Heavyweight Electrical Limited. It is under the power equipment. Won the power equipment. So remember, it is the Golden Peacock Environment Management Award. I am talking about only this award. That this award won by total 15 companies. Along with BAIL. And BAIL won this award under the power equipment category. Under the steel category, it is won by the SAIL. That is SAIL Authority of India Limited. So remember this. This is the one of the most important question, and you have to remember this organizations. In the power sector, it is won by WAVE, Power Equipment Sector. And in the steel sector, it is won by SAIL Authority of India. In the oil production sector, it is by the ONGC. Remember, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. So the answer under these options are 2, that is BAIL and SAIL. In the power sector, it is BAIL, and in the steel sector, it is SAIL. So you can also see in the image that SAIL receives Golden Peacock Environment Management Award, and also SAIL also received, GAIL also received, and ONGC also received, because there are so many sectors. So that's why so many categories. But you can remember these 3 categories. Now you can see here. Next question, who won Best FIFA Men's Player for 2020? Or the question can come, who won Best Player Award in FIFA Awards 2020? So these 2 questions are most important question. That's why I basically converted these questions into the 2 formats. Who won Best FIFA Men's Player for 2020? And who won Best Player Award in FIFA Award 2020? And answer is, guys, very much simple. And answer is most important answer. That is Robert Lewandowski. Remember the name, Robert Lewandowski is the answer. He is currently captain of Poland national team. Remember, he is currently the captain of Poland national team, Robert Lewandowski. So remember the name, because this is most important, because everyone is thinking about the Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, but the answer is Robert Lewandowski. You can see here, Robert Lewandowski, FIFA Footballer of the Year. I am basically covering the male footballer of the year. I will cover the female footballer also. So remember this. And guys, this award is given by the FIFA Federation International, the Football Association. The headquarters is in Zurich, Switzerland. Remember, Zurich, Switzerland. What is the motto? For the game, for the world. For the game, for the world. Who is the president of FIFA? That is Gianni Infantino. I am writing the name Gianni, that is Gianni Infantino, Infantino, Infantino. So remember, who is the president of FIFA? That is Gianni Infantino. Where is the headquarters? Zurich, Switzerland. Now, this FIFA award started in the year of 1991. So moving to next question, which bank in partnership with MasterCard launched its first metal credit card? This is a new type of the credit card launched by so many banks, but now in recent days, this metal credit card is started by which bank? Because we are using the plastic debit cards or the credit cards, but this bank started this metal credit card. So main keyword is the first metal credit card is launched with the MasterCard, and I am talking about the bank. So answer of this question is IndusInd Bank. You can pause the video and give the answer, IndusInd Bank. You can see here, IndusInd Bank launched Pioneer Heritage first metal credit card, and this will look like this. You can remember here, this is the metal credit card, and it will be powered by which company? It will be powered by MasterCard. Remember this. You can see here, the contactless credit card is designed to meet the needs of high net worth individuals. It is only for the high net worth individuals, or you can say especially for the affluent Indian professionals and the entrepreneurs, because there are million millionaires. So that's why there is a need of these type of the cards. It offers a complimentary personal air accident cover of 2.5 crores and insurance cover for sum up of a credit limit on the card. So it means these type of the cards are providing complimentary insurance like accident cover, lost baggage insurance, travel insurance, and so many things. And even they are also providing the unlimited complimentary in international and the domestic airport lounges. India has more than 1 million millionaires. This means they are increasing by every year by 12 to 13%. So this is again important. So many millionaires are adding up a new year, and 12 to 13% increase in the millionaires. So here two things are important under this question. One is the name of the bank, that is the IndusInd Bank. You have to remember this bank is established in 1994, and who is the chairman? Mr. Arun Tiwari. You can remember, otherwise it is not important bank, so you have to skip this IndusInd Bank or IndusInd Bank chairman. And who is the managing director and chief executive officer? Sumant Kathpalia. Remember, Sumant Kathpalia. And what is the tagline? This is important. What is tagline? We make you feel richer. We make you feel richer. And head office is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Now here another important company is MasterCard. This question will definitely come in exam, that who is president and CEO elect. Elect means the CEO will take place or take charge in the January 2021. Take charge in 2021, and the name of new CEO who will take charge in 2021, that is Michelle Maybach. Remember, Michael, Michelle Maybach, Miebach, Michelle Maybach. And who is currently CEO? CEO is Ajay Banga. Otherwise, in 2021, president and CEO will be same, Michelle Maybach. Remember this. Now, we are moving to next question, and here is the next question, and it is the very important question section, because we covered the most important questions. Now we are covering the very important questions. Here is the first question. What is the name of India's communication satellite which was successfully launched by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, PSLV C-50, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle C-50. This is basically a launcher carrier vehicle, and it is launched by the ISRO, and it is India's communication satellite. And what is the answer? You can pause the video and give the answer. Answer is, guys, CMS-1, and very simple name, Communication Satellite 1, because now ISROs are basically starting a new name according to the mission, that it is a communication satellite, so they are using the communication satellite word. So very simple names will be used by ISRO now onwards. So this is the first satellite which is basically renamed, or you can say named as a mission name, that is communication satellite, and named as a communication satellite 01. So it is the first satellite which is according to the new name, and it is 52nd flight of the PSLV, 22nd flight of the PSLV XL variant. So ISRO's PSLV C-50 lifts off with CMS-01 satellite. It is a communication satellite. You can see here, CMS-01 is the first communication satellite that ISRO has orbited under its new satellite naming scheme, because I already covered this point, that new naming scheme will be according to the mission, that it is a communication satellite, and the name will be the CMS-1. If it is a geosynchronous, then it can be another name. If it is a orbiter satellite, then name according to the orbiter satellite. So the name will be now simple. It will provide telecom services in the extended C band of the frequency spectrum, which includes Indian mainland, Andaman and Nicobar, and the Lakshadweep Islands. It means all over India. It has mission life of 7 years. It means the total time period this satellite, the validity is 7 years, and will replace GSAT 12, that is older one. And this satellite was launched in 2011, and the time period was now extended for 2 years of GSAT 12, but now its time period is over, and the new satellite will take place, that is known as the GMS-01. CMS-01 is India's 42nd communication satellite. You have to remember, it is the 42nd communication satellite. This is also the 77th launch vehicle mission from the Sriharikota spacecraft. You have to remember this. This is again important thing, Sriharikota, because this is very important. Sriharikota. Where is the headquarter of Sriharikota? You have to remember this. Sriharikota is in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. And this is launched by ISRO. You all know ISRO's headquarters is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. And Indian Space Research Organization head is K. Sivan. Remember, head is K. Sivan. Now we are moving to next question. Which company partnered with National Payment Corporation of India to enable buyers to make quick response based digital payments? So the new type of the system is started, QR based, that is a code given to you, and by scanning of that code you can basically do the payment. And this is a QR based digital system, and it is started by National Payment Corporation of India. And which company? And this company is, guys, Snapdeal. Remember, the answer is Snapdeal. Very important question. You can mark under the very important section. You can also see here Snapdeal and NPCI joined hands of doorstep digital payment on delivery. So you can also see here Snapdeal partnered with National Payment Corporation of India to enable buyers to make quick response based digital payment on getting delivery of their orders. It means at the doorstep you can do this quick response code system of the digital payments, because it is like same as the pay on delivery. Target customers, new or the first time users who are not comfortable to pay in advance for items at the time of the purchase. So you can choose this option, that is quick response digital payment, instead of the pay on delivery. This facility will work with all UPI apps like Bheem, Google Pay, WhatsApp and any other apps. Snapdeal buyers who bank with cooperative banks and regional rural banks, they can also pay through this feature. It means cooperative banks and regional rural banks, all RRB's customers can also use this type of the facility. So remember, this QR based digital payment system started by the Snapdeal and National Payment Corporation of India. Now here important thing is National Payment Corporation of India. Very important thing. So you have to remember, who is the MD and CEO of National Payment Corporation of India? Answer is very simple, Dilip Asbe. Remember the name, Dilip Asbe is currently MD and CEO of National Payment Corporation of India. Now another company here is important, Snapdeal. You have to remember that who is the CEO of the Snapdeal? CEO of the Snapdeal is Kunal Bahel. Kunal Bahel. You can remember Dilip Asbe is the National Payment Corporation of India, MD and CEO of the Snapdeal is Kunal Bahel. So you can remember these things. Now we are moving to next question. Who inaugurated the 12th GRIHA, Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment Summit 2020? Mark under the important section, it is not so much important, or you can mark under the very important section. Answer is Venkaiah Naidu, our Vice President. He inaugurated this 12th GRIHA Summit 2020, but it is held virtually, so there is no place. So you have to remember who inaugurated this. Vice President of India. You can see here, Green Buildings Movement should become People's Movement. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu inaugurated 12th GRIHA Summit 2020. It is for the green buildings. You can see here, Venkaiah Naidu virtually inaugurated the 12th GRIHA Summit 2020 organized by GRIHA Council, Hyderabad, Telangana. So one more important thing, GRIHA Council is in Hyderabad, Telangana. What is the theme of the 12th GRIHA? This is the most important thing under this question, rejuvenating resilient habitats. It means we are basically making that type of the habitat with the green environment. GRIHA is a national rating system for green buildings. It is an initiative of TERI, that is the Energy and Resource Initiative New Delhi, and developed by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So the one ministry is attached and one department is attached, that is TERI. He called on the state governments to create online portals for providing single window clearance to the green building, so that maximum to maximum new type of the environment can be created and we can promote the green building concept, because by this principle we can reduce the carbon emission by so much extent. So two things are important under this question. One is what is GRIHA, that is Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment. And 12th GRIHA Summit is started by Venkaiah Naidu, our one and only Vice President. Third thing, what is the theme of the GRIHA? Rejuvenating Resilient Habitat. And it is for the rating the green buildings. And who is the President of GRIHA? President of GRIHA is Ajay Mathur, not important, headquarters is in New Delhi. So we are moving to next question. IndiGrid collaborates with which company for digital transformation of critical power infrastructure? Now we want to improve our power infrastructure. How we can improve? By making it digitalization. It means by making it digital transformation, we can use this type of the infrastructure as a new type of the infrastructure. It means the critical power infrastructure only can be transformed by the digital transformation, because the time period or the era is going on. This is era of the artificial intelligence, this is cyber security, and this is data analytics. So this is the time period we have to change this power infrastructure. And this IndiGrid collaborates with which company for this transformation? And this company is, guys, IBM. Remember, International Business Machine ties up with IndiGrid for transformation, for digital transformation of critical power infrastructure. You can see here, IndiGrid ties up with IBM for digital transformation of critical power infrastructure. So you can see here, IndiGrid Trust and IBM enters into multi-year collaboration agreement to build asset management platform, and it be enabled with the artificial intelligence. I already covered, by the artificial intelligence we can change our critical power infrastructure so that we can minimize the losses at the power management. Purpose of collaboration for digital transformation of the critical power infrastructure. The digital transformation enables IndiGrid to manage and maintain the multi-component asset efficiently and leverage artificial intelligence to detect abnormalities at scale. It means we can basically reduce the losses at the distribution side and the production side by this digital transformation. So only one thing you have to remember, this India Grid Trust or the IndiGrid Trust and collaborated with the IBM. The important thing here is the IBM. So we can change the power infrastructure with the new technology like digital transformation with the artificial intelligence. So IndiGrid is not important for us, like India Grid Trust is not important, but you can remember that who is the CEO? Harsh Shah. He is the whole-time director of this organization, India Grid Trust. And what about IBM? IBM is important, guys. Who is the CEO? Arvind Krishna. You have to remember, CEO of IBM is Arvind Krishna. Where is headquarters? Headquarters is in New York, USA. The exact place is Armonk. Armonk is a place in the New York, USA. And IBM India headquarters is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. And who is the IBM India General Manager? Sandeep Patel, but not need to remember, just remember the overall CEO, Arvind Krishna. Now we are moving to next question, and again it is the very important question. What is the new name of Jewar International Airport? What is the new name of Jewar International Airport? This airport now will be known as the Noida International Greenfield Airport, because this Jewar International Airport is situated in the Noida. So that's why this is renamed as the Noida International Greenfield Project. You can see here, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ji approves name, design of the Jewar Airport. You can see the design of the Jewar Airport. This is the design of the Jewar Airport, and this is the logo of the Noida International Airport. Logo of the Noida International Airport. So the examiner can ask that this is an image of Saras, you have to remember, or the stork, the state bird of the UP. Noida International Greenfield Airport, this is a new name. Design is on the lines of the world famous airport in London, Moscow and the Milan. And the new name is the Jewar, renamed as the Noida International Airport. So remember, these are the 2 or 3 things you have to remember. There is a very important tiger reserve, that is Dudhwa National Park Dudhwa Tiger Reserve in the Uttar Pradesh. Now we are moving to our next question. Union Ministry of Culture planned a museum for the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in which state? This is the question you have to remember by the question. Union Ministry of Culture planned a museum for Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in which state? This state is, guys, West Bengal. Remember, the state is West Bengal. Now, we are moving to the important questions, and here is first question in the important questions. World Arabic Language Day 2020 is annually celebrated across on which day? Across India on which day, or world, you can say. It is also celebrated in India as over global level. World Arabic Language Day 2020, it is celebrated on the 18th of December. You can see here, United Nations Arabic Language Day is celebrated on 18th of December 2020. Theme is Arabic Language Academies, necessity or luxury. So there is a question mark that it is a necessity or it is a luxury Arabic language academies. So why these academies are formed? It is for necessity or it is for the just luxuriness. So remember, it should be for the necessity, but it is now used as a luxury. So remember, academic or the Arabic language academies for the necessity. So this is the answer. This should be the answer basically. And you have to remember one more important thing, why this day is celebrated is just to create and spread awareness about the history, culture and development of Arabic language. So very simple, remember United Nations Arabic Language Day. Now, next day is the Minorities' Right Day 2020 is annually celebrated across on which day? Again, the answer is 18th of December. And guys, mark under the most important question because it is the Minorities' Rights Day. And answer should be 18th of December 2020. You can see in the picture also Minorities' Right Day 18th of December 2020. Why this day is celebrated on the 18th of December? Because it is to educate people about the rights, problems of minorities and eliminate all forms of discrimination against them as a moral obligation. Because by 104th Amendment of 2020, we also extended the reservation of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes by 10 years. But we ended the reservation of 2 seats of Anglo-Indians in the Lok Sabha and 1 seat in the Legislative Assembly. So remember, it is the 104th Amendment of 2020. We extended the reservation of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes by 10 years. It means till the 2030. So remember, it is Minorities Day. Minorities Right Day is celebrated every year on the 18th of December across India by the National Commission for Minorities. And where is the headquarter of National Commission for Minorities? New Delhi. Who is the vice chairperson of the National Commission for Minorities? Shri Atif Rashid. Shri Atif Rashid, remember. So we are moving to our next question. And he is Pakistan fast bowler Mohammad Amir basically announced retirement from the international cricket. He is just 28 years old, guys. He is just 28 years old and he retired from the international cricket. Remember this. He had already announced his retirement from the Test cricket in July 2019. Remember, he was a very good batsman, left arm batsman, and very good left arm bowler. Basically, he was all-rounder. Remember, very important player from Pakistan international cricket, retired. Now we are moving to last section, that is the one-liner important points. Here is International Migrants Day 2020, another third day. Firstly, we covered the World Arabic Language Day on the 18th of December. Next is the International Migrants Day again on the 18th of December. And next is the Minority Rights Day, but it is on the India level, that is on the 18th of December. So remember, International Migrants Day 2020. What is the theme? Reimagining human mobility. Because COVID-19 problem is now getting over. Now we are reimagining human mobility. We can move now to the other countries also. So it is the International Migrants Day, 18th of December. So remember this. Next is External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar launches Economic Diplomacy website. So what is the purpose of this Economic Diplomacy website? This is basically paves the way for the global business community to utilize India ease of doing business initiatives which are started by the government and enhance trade with India so that maximum to maximum investment can be enhanced. So this is the main purpose of Economic Diplomacy website. Next, Indo-Indonesia hold the 4th bilateral joint working group meeting on drug control cooperation virtually. Only one thing is important, that for the drug control cooperation, we tied up with the Indonesia. Nothing important under this question. So another country is important here is the Indonesia. Indonesia's president is Joko Widodo. Capital is Jakarta. Currency is Indonesian rupiah. Remember, currency is Indonesian rupiah. Second thing important here is the Narcotics Control Bureau, because we are talking about the drug control. So it is duty of the Narcotics Control Bureau, NCB. And who is the Director General of the NCB? Rakesh Asthana, and headquarters is in New Delhi. Next is India pledged to contribute USD 1 million, approximately 7.35 crore rupees to World Anti-Doping Agency WADA scientific research budget. So why India contributed so much amount? Because this contribution will be used for development of innovative anti-doping testing and detection method, because it is for the research, that's why it is for the anti-doping testing and the detection method. So here organization important is World Anti-Doping Agency. Where is the headquarter of World Anti-Doping Agency? Montreal, Canada. Remember, Montreal, Canada. Next is 12th meeting of India-Australia Joint Working Group on Counter-Terrorism. Earlier, to control drugs, we tied up with the Indonesia. Now, for counter-terrorism, we are tying up with the Australia. So the country here is important, Australia. Australia's capital is Canberra. Currency is Australian dollar. Prime Minister is Scott John Morrison. Remember, Scott John Morrison. Next, again, there is a name of the country. Third meeting of Joint Working Group on Shipping between India and Denmark held virtually. So it is just for the trade and the sea water route, or in simple word, you can say it is just to improve the relation between the two countries in the field of the maritime security or the maritime, because it is related to the shipping. So the country important here is Denmark. Denmark is important. So what is the capital of Denmark? Capital is Copenhagen. Currency is Danish krone, Krone, Danish krone, and Prime Minister is Mette Frederiksen. Remember Mette Frederiksen. So we are moving to our next section, that is the answer of the 18th of December 2020 question. And what was the question of 18th December? Question was, who is known as the father of fiber optics, or who coined the term fiber optics in 1956, recently passed away? Remember, the answer is Narinder Singh Kapani. So answer is Narinder Singh Kapani. You have to mark this question and mark this answer and mark this question under the most important section. Narinder Singh Kapani. And guys, he was very famous because he was India-born American physicist and who was named as one of the 7 unsung heroes in Fortune's Businessman of the Century issue in November 99. So it is very important because in 1999, he was named as one of the 7 unsung heroes in the Fortune's Businessman of the Country, that issue basically published in the 1999. He was born in 1927 in Punjab. Remember this, but he was residing in America now. So remember Narinder Singh Kapani. This is the answer. Now we are moving to the question of the day. It means question of the 19th of December. Here is the question of 19th December. Who won Best FIFA Women Player by FIFA Award 2020? Because we already covered the Best FIFA Player in men category. Now we are covering the Best FIFA Women Player. So you have to answer in the comment box. I am requesting you all that you have to answer only in the comment box so that I can read all the comments and I can read that who is giving the answer. So this is the main thing, that you have to answer in the comment box. So remember, the answer should be in comment box. So this is all for today, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like this, then please press the like button so that we can receive this 700 plus likes, and you can give us motivation so that we can make more videos on the different contents. And guys, please subscribe our channel, because with the subscription we can increase our video content also. And please press the bell button. It is for you guys, because you can receive the notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section, and definitely your current affairs section will improve by days. But if you are reading the current affairs from the PDFs, and if you are watching the videos regularly, then your current affairs section will definitely improve. You can check after 1 month that how much current affair is improved now. And guys, 90% of the current affair in your exam is covered by the Affairs Cloud. This is the basically you can say the contribution, or you can say the efforts of our Affairs Cloud team, that is covering 90% of the current affairs of your exam, because 90% of current affairs which are coming in your exam are covered by our videos and the PDFs. So this is the main thing about the Affairs Cloud. And guys, watch our videos regularly and answer in the comment box. Thank you guys very much, and be happy always, because happiness is the key to success. Remember, happiness is key to success. And thank you again, and take care. Goodbye.